activities of Lord Rishabhdev. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam namaskritya Naram chaiva narottamam Devim saraswatim vyasam Tato jayam mudirayet Nashtaprayeshu bhadreshu Nityam bhagavata sevaya Bhagavati uttama shloke Bhaktir bhavati naishtiki Om ajnanaatimirandhasya Jnananjana shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatham Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhan Vitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastite Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Vipasindhuvya Evacha Patikanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Vishnupadaya Krishna Pisabhutane Prabhupada Titraya Shri Girirajaya Swamine Subhakta Rararas Bihari Brahmati Vischatmadayane Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Pisabhutane Shrimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamini Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschata Deshatarine Mukham karoti vachalam panghum nagayate girim yatkipatamaham bande Shri Guru Dinataranam. So we are reading chapter 6. Sorry?
Stop reading.
Yeah, you can open. We have completed chapter 6. Okay, the whole story about Anyway, we can just read the verses. I feel like we have completed this chapter. Lord Rishabdev's teachings, right? That we completed. Then he became the python. Maybe some of you were not here, right? That whoever was here, maybe we completed. So it's when Lord Rishabdev, he acted as a python, and then he was imitated by we completed this, right? We spoke about anyway, let's just read the verses. So we'll read the translation only. Okay, you can just start. Just read one translation.
Translation by His Divine English Prabhupada. Text 1. King Parikshit asked Sukdev Goswami, My dear Lord, for those who are completely pure to heart, knowledge is attained by the practice of Bhakti Yoga. An attachment for fruitive activity is completely burned to ashes. For such people, the powers of mystic yoga automatically arise. They do not cause distress. Why then did Rishabdev neglect them?
We have discussed this. So meaning that Rishabdev had mystic power that he neglected.
So it is, O King. Am I right?
8, you want to go to 6.
Translation. Srila Sukdev Goswami replied, My dear king, you have spoken correctly. However, after capturing animals, a cunning hunter does not put faith in them, for they might run away. Similarly, those who are advanced in spiritual life do not put faith in the mind. Indeed, they always remain vigilant and watch the mind's action.
Text 3. All the learned scholars have given their opinion. The mind is by nature very restless, and one should not make friends with it. If we place full confidence in the mind, it may cheat us at any moment. Even Lord Shiva became agitated upon seeing the Mohini form of Lord Krishna, and Saubhari Muni also fell down from the mature stage of yogic perfection.
I just remember this devotee, one Prabhupada disciple, at the Bhaktivedanta Manor in England. So she was, I think her name is Pulangana. She was a book distributor, and then I think she was Polish lady, tall lady. So, and she would cook for Radha Gokulananda. She would make those super, you never seen anything like this, sandesh and other, Mangal sweets for Radha Gokulananda. It's such a design, and what taste. You haven't tasted anything like this anywhere in this world. So we were having the Bhakti Shastri class, and she's very advanced, super advanced. She's Prabhupada disciple, meaning that her entire life she spent in Krishna consciousness, doing service and those, those super natural sweets. straight from Golok Vrindavan. And here she is, I can't remember properly, I think she joined the Bhakti Shastri class that was going on. And I happened to give one class, Bhagavatam class. And after that, she called me. She called me to her room, and she's studying Bhakti Shastri. So she told me she can understand everything, but that chapter 6 of Bhagavad Gita she can't understand. She's Dhyan Yoga. I can't understand this. So I told her, why are you bothered about it? Right? I say, you're already practicing everything, right? There's no need for you to even sit in Bhakti Shastri, because the result of Bhakti Shastri is that you engage in service, right? You serve Krishna. Okay? If you do Bhakti Shastri, you still sit at home and do nothing, then what's the use, right? So I said, you don't need to understand, read all this. She told me an answer which is given here. She says, the mind is so tricky that at the time of death, we don't know how it may slip away. Therefore, I must study to make the intelligence, the mind strong. I don't know how old she was. She must have been in her 70s or something. No, I feel ashamed, like a child in front of her. No, she wanted me to explain to her what is this chapter 6. So all the learned scholars have given their opinion. The mind is by nature very restless. Remember chapter 6? Right? Chanchalahi. The mind is by nature very restless, and one should not make friends with it. If we place full confidence in the mind, it may cheat us at any moment. Even Lord Shiva became agitated upon seeing the Mohini form of Lord Krishna. And Saubhari Muni also fell down from the mature stage of yogic perfection. Right? Meaning that opposite sex attracts, whether you want it or not. Right? So therefore, King Rishabdev didn't want to exercise his mystic power. Okay, now text 4.
An unchaste woman is very easily carried away by paramours, and it sometimes happens that her husband is violently killed by her paramours. If the yogi gives his mind a chance and does not restrain it, his mind will give facility to enemies like lust, anger, and greed, and they will doubtlessly kill the yogi.
Text 5. The mind is the root cause of lust, anger, pride, greed, lamentation, illusion, and fear. Combined, these constitute bondage to fruitive activity. What learned man would put faith in the mind?
Lord Rishabdev was the head of all kings and emperors within this universe, but assuming the dress and language of an Avadhuta, he acted as if dull and materially bound. Consequently, no one could observe his divine opulence. He adopted this behavior just to teach yogis how to give up the body. Nonetheless, he maintained his original position as a plenary expansion of Lord Vasudeva, Krishna. Remaining always in that state, he gave up his pastimes at Lord Rishabdev within the material world. If, following in the footsteps of Lord Rishabdev, one can give up his subtle body, there is no chance that one will accept a material body again.
Text 7. Actually, Lord Rishabdev had no material body, but due to Yogamaya, he considered his body material, and therefore, because he played like an ordinary human being, he gave up the mentality of identifying with it. Following this principle, he began to wander all over the world. While traveling, he came to the province of Karnataka in South India and passed through Konka, Venka, and Kutuka. He had no plan to travel this way, but he arrived near Kutukachala and entered a forest there. He placed stones within his mouth and began to wander through the forest, naked and with his hair dishevelled like a madman.
While he was wandering about a wild forest, fire began. This fire was caused by the friction of bamboos, which were being blown by the wind. In that fire, the entire forest near Kutakachala and the body of Lord Rishabdev were burned to ashes.
Text 9. Sukadev Goswami continued speaking to Maharaj Parikshit. My dear king, the king of Konka, Venka and Kutaka, whose name was Arhat, heard of the activities of Rishabdev and, imitating Rishabdev's principles, introduced a new system of religion. Taking advantage of Kali Yuga, the age of sinful activity, King Arhat, being bewildered, gave up the Vedic principles which are free from risk and concocted a new system of religion opposed to the Vedas. That was the beginning of the Jain Dharma. Many other so-called religions followed this atheistic system.
Text 10. People who are lowest among men and bewildered by the illusionary energy of the Supreme Lord will give up the original Varnashram, Dharma and its rules and regulations. They will abandon bathing 3 times daily and worshipping the Lord, abandoning cleanliness and neglecting the Supreme Lord. They will accept nonsensical principles, not regularly bathing or washing their mouths regularly. They will also remain unclean and they will pluck out their hair. Following a concocted religion, they will flourish. During this age of Kali, people are more inclined to irreligious systems. Consequently, these people will naturally deride Vedic authority. The followers of Vedic authority, the Brahmanas, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and the devotees.
Text 11. Translation. Low-class people, due to their gross ignorance, introduce a system of religion that deviates from the Vedic principles. Following their own mental concoctions, they automatically fall down into the darkest regions of existence.
In this age of Kali, people are overwhelmed by the modes of passion and ignorance. Lord Rishabdev incarnated himself to deliver them from the clutches of Maya. So, learned scholars chant about the transcendent qualities of Rishabdev in this way. Okay, so let's read the Sanskrit. Tasyanugunan shlokan gayanti aho bhuva sapta samdravatya dvipeshu varsheshu adhi punyam etat gayanti yatra janamurare कर्माणि भद्राण्यवतारवन्ति. Learned scholars chant about the transcendental qualities of Lord Rishabhdev in this way. Oh, this earthly planet contains 7 seas and many islands and lands, of which Bharatvarsh is considered the most pious. People of Bharatvarsh are accustomed to glorifying the activities of the Supreme Person Godhead in his incarnations as Lord Rishabhdev and others. All these activities are very auspicious for the welfare of humanity. Purport. Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, Bharata bhumite haila manusha janma yar, janma sarthaka kari kara para upakar. As stated in this verse, Bharatvarsh is a most pious land. The followers of Vedic literature understand the Supreme Person Godhead in his different incarnations, and they are privileged to glorify the Lord by following the directions of Vedic literature. After realizing the glories of human life, such people should take up the mission to spread the importance of human life throughout the whole world. This is the mission of Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. The word Adhipunyam indicates that there are certainly many other pious men throughout the world, but the people of Bharatvarsh are even more pious. Therefore, they are fit to spread Krishna consciousness throughout the world for the benefit of all human society. Srila Madhvacharya also recognizes the land of Bharatvarsh. Visheshad Bharate Punyam. Throughout the world, there is no question of Bhagavat Bhakti or devotional service. But the people of Bharatvarsh can easily understand the devotional service of the Lord. Thus, every inhabitant of Bharatvarsh can perfect his life by discharging Bhagavad Bhakti and then preaching this cult throughout the world for the benefit of everyone. So this is the instructions of Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that they should learn properly this science and distribute. I just saw one documentary about India, how India got the name India. So it seems it came from the Greece. Is it true? It came from the Greeks who gave this name. Indica, some, I don't know.
From Sindhu it became Hindu and then Hindu.
Hindustan, that was Hindustan.
Stay on the other side of Indus Valley.
Well,
Valley civilization.
yeah. So the Mughal Persian, they gave the name Hindustan to India. But India is coming from the Greeks. They called India. The name is coming from the Greeks. And then they gave so many different times. India had so many names. It has changed names many times for so many centuries. But here, Bharatvarsh, Srimad Bhagavatam refers to, and we'll read also, maybe it was called Illavrita before. I think we read that, right? It was also Illavrita, then it changed to Bharatvarsh. Bharatvarsh.
Further in the 5th canto it is mentioned that various different varshas and Bharatvarsh
Is also one full,
not just India.
the entire world, yes. Yes. And then they say Bharat Khand, right? Khand. Yes. So meaning that there is Bharat, what I understand, is Bharatvarsh, like Ketumala Varsh, Hiranmay Varsh. Now we know all those Bharashwa, Bharadrakshwa, Varsh. All right, we know everything by now. Kim Purush, Varsh. Yeah. Yeah, so all these Varsh So there is Bharatvarsh, which is one of the section of Jambudvip, right? So Bharatkhand, just like, it's like where all the knowledge is stored. Like right now, where is it? I don't know. What is the most famous in the whole world? Where's the most famous university?
It's considered as Oxford and Cambridge and Harvard.
It used to be Nalanda once upon a time.
Okay, yeah, that's what I mean. Okay, so it's Oxford, it's Harvard, it's what? Cambridge, right? Okay, so this is where, this is where it's shifted, right? So Bharatkhand is where all the Vedic knowledge is stored. All right. So this is why here it said that the knowledge is stored here, and therefore learn it, practice it, and distribute it. 14, text 14. Aho nuvamsho yashasa vadata praiva vrato yatra pumam puranaha Tritavatara Purushasa Adyas Chachara Dharmam Yada Karma Hetum. Oh, what shall I say of the dynasty of Priyavrat, which is pure and very much celebrated. In that dynasty, the Supreme Person, the original personality of Godhead, descended as an incarnation and executed religious principles that could free one from the results of fruitive activity. There are many dynasties in human society wherein the Supreme Lord descends as an incarnation. Lord Krishna appeared in the Yadu dynasty and Lord Ramachandra appeared in the Ikshvaku or Raghu dynasty. Similarly, Lord Rishabdev appeared in the dynasty of King Priyavrat. All these dynasties are very famous, and of them the dynasty of Priyavrat is most famous. I remember reading this. So we completed that. Anyway, 15. Konvasya kastham aparo nugachen manorathena kya bhavasya yogi yo yogamaya sprihaya chadasta yasataya yena krita prayatnaha. Who is the mystic yogi who can follow the examples of Lord Rishabdev? Even with his mind, Lord Rishabdev rejected all kinds of yogic perfection, which other yogis hanker to attain. Who is that yogi who can compare to Lord Rishabdev? Text 16. Iti hasma sakala veda loka deva brahmana gavan parama gurot bhagavata rishabhakhasya vishudha charitam iritam pumsam samasta duscharita bhiharanam parama mahamangalayanam nidyam अनुश्रद्धायोपचितस्यानुश्रिनोति आश्रवयति भावहितो भगवति तस्मिन् वासुदेवाय कान्ततो भक्तिरनयोरपि समानुवर्तते. Shukdev Goswami continued, Lord Rishabdev is the master of Vedic knowledge. Human beings, demigods, cows and brahmanas, I have already explained his pure transcendental activities, which will vanquish the sinful activities of all living entities. This narration of Lord Rishabdev's pastime is the reservoir of all auspicious things. Whoever attentively hears or speaks of them, following in the footsteps of the Acharyas, will certainly attain unalloyed devotional service at the lotus feet of Lord Vasudeva, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Text 17. यस्यामेव कवय आत्मानम् अविरतं विविधवृजिन संसार परितापोपाताप्यमानम् अनुसवानं स्नापयन्तस्तयैव पराया निर्वृत्य ह्यपावर्गम् अत्यान्तिकं परमापुरुषार्थम् अपि स्वयम् आसादितं नो एवाध्रियन्ते भगवद्दीयत्वेनैव परिसमाप्त सर्वार्थः. Okay, you can read now.
Translation by Divine Grace Prabhupada. Devotees always bathe themselves in devotional service in order to be relieved from the various tribulation of material existence. By doing this, the devotees enjoy supreme bliss and liberation personified comes to serve them. Nonetheless, they do not accept that service even if it is offered by the Supreme Personality of Godhead Himself. For the devotees' liberation, mukti is very unimportant because having attained the Lord's transcendental loving service, they have attained everything desirable and have transcended all material desires. Purport? No?
राजान्पतिपूर्वलं भगवतं यदूनं दैवं प्रियकुलपति क्वच किङ्करो वः अस्तु एवं अङ्गा भगवान् भजतं मुकुन्दो मुक्तिं ददाति कदाचित् स्मनो भक्तियोगम्. Shukdev Goswami continued, my dear king, the Supreme Person Mukunda is actually the maintainer of all the members of the Pandava and Yadu dynasties. He is your spiritual master, worshipable deity, friend, and the director of your activities. To say nothing of this, he sometimes serves your family as a messenger or servant. This means he works just as ordinary servants do. Those engaged in getting the Lord's favor attain liberation from the Lord very easily. But he does not very easily give the opportunity to render direct service unto him. नित्यानुभूता निजलाभनिवृत्ततृष्णः श्रेयस्य तद्रचनाय चिरसुप्तबुधेः लोकस्य ह्यः करुणाया भयम् आत्मलोकम् आख्यान्नमो भगवते ऋषभाय तस्मै. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Rishabdev, was fully aware of his true identity. Therefore, he was self-sufficient and he did not desire external gratification. There was no need for him to aspire for success, since he was complete in himself. Those who unnecessarily engage in bodily conceptions and create an atmosphere of materialism are always ignorant of the real self-interest. Out of his causeless mercy, Lord Rishabdev taught the self's real identity and the goal of life. We therefore offer our respectful obeisances unto the Lord, who appeared as Lord Rishabdev. This is the summary of this chapter, in which the activities of Lord Rishabdev are described. Being the Supreme Person Godhead himself, Lord Rishabdev is complete in himself. We living entities, as parts and parcel of the Supreme Lord, should follow the instructions of Lord Rishabdev and become self-sufficient. We should not create unnecessary demands due to the bodily conception. When one is self-realized, he is sufficiently satisfied due to being situated in his original spiritual position. As confirmed in Bhagavad Gita, Brahma Bhuta Prasanna Atmana Shochati Nakangshati. This is the goal of all living entities. Even though one may be situated within this material world, he can become fully satisfied and devoid of hankering and lamentation. simply by following the instructions of the Lord as set forth in Bhagavad Gita or Srimad Bhagavatam. Satisfaction through self-realization is called Swarupananda. The conditioned soul, eternally sleeping in darkness, does not understand his self-interest. He simply tries to become happy by making material adjustments. But this is impossible. It is therefore said in Srimad Bhagavatam, Nate vidhu swartha gatim hi Vishnum. Due to gross ignorance, the conditioned soul does not know that his real self-interest is to take shelter at the lotus feet of Lord Vishnu. To try to become happy by adjusting the material atmosphere is a useless endeavor. Indeed, it is impossible. By his personal behavior and instructions, Lord Rishabdev enlightened the conditioned soul and showed him how to become self-sufficient in his spiritual identity. So very basic instruction, this Rishabdev's instruction, very, very basic. Remember the teachings of Lord Rishabdev. So he started by saying that what's the value of being a human being, right? Nunam deho deha bhajam niloke. There are so many bodies born, but when you become a human being, you should not just work, eating, sleeping, mating, defending, right? This is not if you're a human being. Then we should endeavor for self-realization, the second instruction. And we should be interested in reviving our Krishna consciousness. Just heard one lecture, Prabhupada is speaking from Bhagavad Gita. So he's saying that in this material world, everybody is family-centered. They only know about themselves, family-centered. And this family is causing you pain. You're living in the family, but there's always, Krishna is very kind. Always put somebody in the family who will poke you, right? Make sure you don't sit comfortably, right? Somebody will be there, the agent of the Supreme Lord will poke you, right? So that you can open Bhagavatam, right? Yes, the instruments of destiny. So Prabhupada is saying that, we are so nicely sitting in that family life and we want to stay there and we don't want to go back home, back to Godhead. Krishna is our real family member, but we don't want to go back to him. So therefore here, Prabhupada is, not Prabhupada, but Rishabdev is saying that, so if we consider sense gratification the aim of life, then we are lost. So therefore, when all this poking happen, then as long as one does not inquire about the spiritual values of life, one is defeated and subjected to miseries arising from ignorance. So what does he do? He simply go on engaging in karma and karma. So if one, even though one may be very learned and wise, he's mad if he doesn't understand that the endeavor for sense gratification is a useless waste of time. So that's why what to do, it's like this poking happens, unfortunately. And see, it's like different people have different imagination or conception of what is happiness, what is distress. Right? People who are in war zones, they feel this is really distress. Right? And people who are in poverty, they think this is really in distress. And other people who are sitting comfortably in nice houses, right? They fight over nothing, right? What do they fight about? They fight about the servants, right? Is it true? Oh my God. Yeah.
With the servants.
They, with the servants also, and about the servants also, right? And somebody's life is becoming miserable, right? So I'm just saying how misery is so relative. You know, from the small comfortable household, right, to where there are wars, but it's the same misery. So here, King Rishabdev, his teaching is this, that if we think the goal of life is sense gratification, and you know very well it's not true, but you're so mad that you believe it, then what happens? Then the poking comes to push us out. So all this happens from this combination of male and female, and then everything, my home, my kingdom, etc., etc. Anyway, we have already been through all this, so you can read it again, but this is very, very basic instructions. It's nothing very elevated. That's given in the teachings of Rishabdev. All right, so next week we'll start now Bharat, the story of Bharat Maharaj. Activities, so everywhere there is activities, all right? Everywhere activities. Before it was activities of King Priyavrat. Then it was Agni something. Agnidrat, I forgot. Everywhere there is. So meaning that when you take birth, what are you doing, right? What are you doing with your life? Activity. Before that was, activities of Maharaj Agnidra. What is he doing? Right? So we want to know, what are we doing? Activities of Lord Rishabdev, activities of King Bharat. So do we want to keep a journal of what we are doing? And review it? What are we doing?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And we can assess,
Yes.
how we are spending our life. Every day for 1 week, just keep a journal. Then keep it aside. Then next month again, keep a logbook of our activities. What are we doing? Because death comes anytime, right? Right? Death comes anytime. What am I doing? Because where we stop is going to continue in the next life, same activity, right? Never ending and necessary.
Already preparing our next one. Mother, you see here they keep on saying that when you listen to these activities of these great people, so sinful reactions are the same. But so much we've heard, by now our thing should have been zero, but then we keep on incurring new and new.
What does that mean, that when hearing and sinful reaction is going? What does that mean? According to all of you, what does that mean? Simply by hearing, sinful reaction is going. What does that mean?
Purifies your mind. So your mind is purified, your karmas will get more, you will have more restricted karmas rather than your mind telling you to do anything and you keep on doing. So in that way, in one body, you are actually having a total, it's a change. So that way, with the karmas, your sins are also reducing. So with the change of heart, that happens with your hearing, then the mind. then mind, then the actions, then with the actions again the karma. So it's a cycle that way. But then in one body only, from here you are actually getting yourself elevated. So your piety is also increasing because your karmas are more focused on the pious things and not on the impious. But then it starts simply with hearing, but then it's like a caterpillar booming into a proper gear over a period of time.
As even however much, even in a day, whatever little sins, I don't know, in whatever, killing dogs and doing this and screaming at somebody. So you're just going on. There is not like a clean slate. You just go on, but maybe it's reduced to a certain extent.
Yes,
So
it
Madhuri,
is.
even the sinful reactions have different stages, Bijam, Kudam, Papu. So those which are in the Bijam state, not sinful desires, they get eradicated. Just by reading this
Reading and hearing.
Yeah, I mean, the way Devahuti has explained, no? Like we stop our sinful activities. Basically, that's what it is. By hearing, so, oh, I should not do this. And also we become attracted to Krishna. Yeah, by hearing about Krishna's activities. See, now so much we are hearing about what ordinary people do, right? And also what exalted human beings do in other planets, the exalted human beings, what they do, the wrong things they do, and we are learning, don't do this, right? And then we are given Krishna. This is why Srimad Bhagavatam is so different from other Puranas. Because, other Puranas, it's like everything is about the material world. Whatever I've read, I didn't like them at all. It's like it has so much to do with the material world. But Srimad Bhagavatam is Amala Purans introducing Krishna to you. They're telling you there is something beyond this material world. There's something beyond Varnashram. Right? So Srimad Bhagavatam is a lot about duties within Varnashram, but then it's giving you, the door is open, you can go out. You don't have to get stuck in all the duties of Varnashram Dharma. So two things are happening. It's like the karma is getting eradicated because then we work within the laws of Dharma in Varnashram, but more than that, we get introduced to Krishna. And whatever is left, Krishna says, don't worry. He will take care. Right? Right? Mercy. Meaning that from our side, we stop doing what we are not supposed to do. But, so that's why we must read, we must chant. We definitely must read more and more and more. And like I just heard Indradyumna Swami, like I don't know where he was speaking. So he has made so many lectures on Krishna Katha. So he was saying that, he was explaining that we know we are not the body. We've heard so many thousands of lectures about it. We read about the karma, we have reincarnation, we read about this. Now let us hear about Krishna. So I don't know how many hundreds of lectures, short, 20 minutes, half an hour. Hear about Krishna, get attracted to Krishna. Even now, it's like, we're tired of hearing this. But hear directly about Krishna so that the mind is attracted to Krishna. Like right now we are going through this series. We are teaching this Bhakti Sadachar to the women, and it's all this section about women from Bhagavatam. And when you start teaching them, one after the other, then you can see all the different scenarios of life that's going on. And then finally I said, okay, now let me do the queens of Dwarka, Krishna's queens, When I took that section, I couldn't believe what it was doing to me. It's completely, absolutely a different level. It's not this world. It's not the problems of Suniti. It's not the problem of Devahuti. It's not the problem of this one, that one, Renuka, Ahilya, Aditi, Diti, at all. You can feel how Krishna, the real Krishna, finally is coming, through all these queens of Dwarka. And this is what we want. And what are all these queens saying? I'm Griha Marjini, I'm the sweeper in the house. I'm the sweeper in the house of Krishna, but he has accepted me as his wife. He considers me his wife. But actually I'm Griha Marjini. Another one is saying, I don't know, life after life, how much tapasya I have done, Krishna accepted me. And I wish that it continues. Right? And Rukmini, she's thinking, all the devas upset with me, why is Krishna not coming? Did I not do my vows properly? Such a completely, absolutely different level. And then it says how, as these queens, these princesses, they are absorbed in thinking of Krishna. In contrast to Mandodari, we glorify her, one of the chaste women, but she wanted to be married to Ravana. Right? Most chaste. So you explain when you read, the stories of the queens of Dwarka. So as they are thinking, Manmana Bhava Mad Bhakto Madhya Jivam Namaskuru, right? The mind is absolutely fixed in Krishna and Krishna only. What happened? Krishna started to think of them. Right? Yeah. So it's not one way, right? So the more we think of Krishna, the more Krishna will think of us. Yeah, and then at the time of death, even though so many things may go wrong, this beautiful song that Lokanath Maharaj likes to sing. What's that song? जब प्राण तन से निकले. Oh my God. Oh my God. That's right. That most wonderful song. जब प्राण तन से निकले. What's tell me again? I'm not hearing. Then he said. Then there's one other stanza there. Krishna's Chhabi. What is this? Yeah, meaning that at the end of life, meaning that we're so much absorbed. Okay, it's very happy, we are reading all this. But, here in Juhu, since I don't know how many, maybe couple of years or so, we're in 10th canto. I don't know how many of you are listening to those Katha. My God, each and every devotee is, doing so much research, and they are just giving all the Krishna Katha. Forget all this, just listen to all that. Juhu temple. Now we've reached Pondrak. You know, we were discussing Pondrak. Oh my God! Yeah, the Pondrak story just came. You know.
So Mataji, it is not so surprising that now people are saying Jai Krishna, because even at the time of Krishna, you were running for it. And he told Sri Krishna, you are running for Krishna. You are running
Mataji, should I read this? Should I read the song?
Yeah, one.
That is too funny actually.
Anyway, now go on Juhu playlist. They haven't made a playlist. Go on Juhu lectures. Just listen to all these katha.
We have to add some hours to our day, I think. I don't know what all to do. This katha, that is pending. This is.
So that's why I'm saying listen to Krishna Katha, 10th canto.
माताजी, इतना तो करना स्वामी जब प्राण तन से निकले गोविंद नाम लेकर. नो, दिस इज माय हिंदी, बट आई एम ट्राइंग. फिर प्राण तन से निकले, श्री गंगा जी का तट हो, यमुना का वंशी वट हो, मेरा सावरा निकट हो, जब प्राण तन से निकले. इतना तो करना स्वामी जब प्राण तन से निकले. पीतांबरी कसी हो, छवि मन में ये बसी हो, फोटो पे कुछ हंसी हो, जब प्राण तन से निकले. इतना तो करना स्वामी जब प्राण तन से निकले. श्री वृंदावन का स्थल हो, मेरे मुख में तुलसी दल हो, विष्णु चरण का जल हो, जब प्राण तन से निकले. इतना तो करना स्वामी जब प्राण तन से निकले. जब कंठ प्राण आवे, कोई रोग ना सतावे, यम दर्शना दिखावे, जब प्राण तन से निकले. इतना तो करना स्वामी जब प्राण.
I don't know who wrote this. Huh? God, yeah.
I think this has to be what Tulsidas, Kalidas, क्या है? Nilkas.
Yeah, so this is what we're talking about, right?
My God, this is quite intense, huh? Really?
Oh,
This
yeah.
is
Send
the
this to
heart
me.
of a devotee.
Send it to me.
Yes.
Put it on our group.
Hindi Mataji.
Put it on the group. We'll manage. And Lokanath Maharaj.
He was commenting on this song. How can we tell Krishna do this, do this, do this? We should devotees are.
That's all right. That's all right. That's all right. Lokanath Maharaj sing this, right?
Spiritual desire, no? Spiritual desire, which he always fulfills, not
That's okay
material.
to say.
Lokanath Maharaj sing this song. Find it and send to me. Yeah. Oof. So beautiful, so beautiful. Yeah, this is what we want, right? And this is what the queens of Dwarka, they are saying. This is what they are teaching, right? All right. Thank you very much. So that was a good note, right? Hare Krishna. Huh? You never heard it? Oh. No, now you should hear Lokanath Maharaj sing. Only one person. You should hear his heart. You should hear him. You won't now itself, you know. The way he sings, he calls out like this. Oh my God. He calls out. This is what I like most his song.
Since Loknath Swami Maharaj said, the Mayapur people, I found like some.
All right.
Mataji, that Vishaka, Vaishaka, what is the name? Vishaka Devi, somebody had come, from Mayapur. They have come for this thing, Meera Road Kirtan. My Mataji, so beautifully she sang, and there's one more Prabhuji, okay?
All right, we'll just end.
Okay, so, I couldn't even, that chorus we couldn't sing so beautifully this time. So tough.